Hey everybody, pine cone clearing. Okay. First off, I do thank everybody who has responded to the crystal mining and the retreat weekend in California in June. So they're two separate things. Crystal mining is going to be in Nevada, and the weekend retreat hangout is going to be in California, I'm pretty sure. Might be around the Reno area in June. So I'm hoping California, but we're going to see. If you want to still be included, I'm going to keep the crystal mining one open another week. I have some more spots left that have not been secured yet. If I haven't gotten back to you, I had quite a few people inquire. I am still going to respond, but if you'd like to also get information on those gatherings, please do comment below and I will send you information on how to connect over that. The crystal mining one does come with a dig fee, so it's a bit of an investment, and I will talk to you not on my YouTube video about it. Okay, much love everybody. We're gonna start with the Divine Masculine. Oh, and I've opened sessions. So the next couple of weeks, last week of April, first week of May, I've got sessions up now. Okay, so for Divine Masculines, what do they know about the journey is what I am being asked to pull cards on, and we already got 2 cards here. So they're not wishing to do any more work in their lives. I'm getting a very karmic flavor to this. They don't want things that are difficult. They don't want things that are going to be too hard. They don't want things that are not spelled out easily with the interconnectedness. They don't want tricks. They don't want drama. They don't want to have to push or force anything. They want what is for them. Ooh, Divine Masculines, cool. So you have come into an alignment, being on the same page with the feminines. The feminines are coming into that. That's beautiful. So Divine Masculines don't want things that aren't for them anymore. I just picked up the Hermetic Tarot and saw I just wish things were different in the reverse. So instead of just wishing things were different, they're willing to, no longer wishing things are different. Now they're willing to just go for what is for them and not sitting there in non-action or indecision. Wow, Divine Masculine's amazing. So what would you say to your Divine Feminine about your connection in light of not wanting things to be difficult? Don't I know you from somewhere? They want to clear the slate, Divine Feminine. They want to just start fresh, like bygones be bygones, and have the familiarity, but whole new ball game, brand new start. What would you say about the energy you're currently in, Divine Masculine? The bottom line is they are yes men now, or yes masculines. So they just want full aliveness. This is the Sun card. They want full enlightenment. They want, do you know how good that is for that card? This is the most positive reassurance that you can possibly get. Divine Masculines, you're in the right alignment. So Divine Feminines, this is enlightened energy. This is having woken up. This is not forcing things anymore. This is real deal. Okay, well, let's see what the Divine Masculines are thinking about your connection, feeling on the heart space for you, Divine Feminine. What are the Divine Masculines wishing for the connections at this time? What action are they taking? What is the biggest challenge? I laugh because I saw the 1111 card. What is the biggest challenge for the masculines at this time? What is the spirit guided solution for that challenge? Where are the connections going in the near future? Lots of shuffling I'm being asked to do here. 2 more. 2. Okay, and let's see. I'm going to get a card for the feminines. What can we know that's coming up based on what we'll see? Saw the 10 of Coins, which is long-term, stable, legacy energy. Okay, Divine Masculines, what are they thinking about these connections? Oh, they've had a major tower regarding reciprocity, equal give and take. This is the change that says, I'm suddenly feeling like I can contribute, that I can exchange with my feminine. I have room in my life for some interaction now. Take it how it resonates. There's a new level of mutuality available. Divine Feminines, this means, okay, 5 of Cups. It means that they are wanting to balance things out. They're not wanting to be in the melancholy anymore. Divine Feminines, if you've been feeling this kind of remorse, regret, letting go, sadness, grieving, if you have gone through the grief process and let your masculine go, it is a chicken and an egg. You would not have been led through the final act of release and closure without your masculine giving you closure. Like, you've made amends, you've made peace on your side of it. You have decided that you haven't needed your masculine to produce that closure for you. You've forgiven yourself and your masculine on this journey. That's because you are preparing to meet the new version of your masculine. Divine Masculines, you're feeling ready to come forward because energetically the scales have balanced. It's so intricately connected. Let's see what the union space would be for that. Why not? So what do we get? Divinity, honor, responsibility, and humility. So humility, Divine Masculines are figuring out how to come in without eating crow. They just want to show up and contribute. Divine Feminines, you're no longer keeping tally of right and wrongs. You're putting that down and releasing. What is the heart space for the Divine Masculines? King of Swords. This is that knowing the ultimate truth from yesterday about the work that's being done on the heart space, how interwoven everything has been. This is the clarity, the perception of this deep network, spider web of interconnectedness. Isn't that the nature of consciousness and love? When we are in the frequency of love, everything is connected. It translates across the board. It is interdependent. It illuminates all of the nuance, the behind the scenes energetics. Divine Masculines are seeing that on the heart space, you've been this can't have one without the other. Their evolution, their clarity has been affected by the interconnectedness of all things, this journey, your life path, their life path, and everything else that the two of you have experienced on every level and dimension. They see how it is all connected. Divine Feminine, you are getting for some of you, this is my karmic partner card. So some of you still need to forgive the karmic partner person, if that applies. And I'm hearing some karmic mothers even, or other feminine energies that the masculines have been choosing or appearing to choose over the feminine, even employers and Lady Babylon, I heard. So materialism. There are lots of enticing ways of looking at things. Even the idea that marriage or monogamy or relationship at all is not beneficial. That can be a karmic feminine energy when it is a don't have a relationship they can only lead to ruin. That kind of a thing. So loss of freedom is coming through in this energy. So divine feminines, forgive your divine masculines for not having been at a place where they could see you in all your glory. It's been a blessing in disguise. Look at you. You've amassed this sacred truth. You have received your own abundance. You have been accountable for your own well-being, your own sustenance, your own sovereignty. And so while it may have looked like your divine masculine was choosing something else or not at liberty to come towards you in commitment, yada yada, it has been a blessing in disguise, because you would not have come into your own, or would not be en route for that, for the newer twins joining me, if your masculine just rushed forward into a more karmic arrangement with you. Connection card, star body matrix, multidimensional consciousness, and holographic information. You are a small fractal of the collective of humanity. And as you do the inner work, you seed that awareness like a Wi-Fi drop into the collective mind. Everything that we are emanates from us and seeds our vote of conscious frequency into the collective. The collective of humanity, when we average the energy, that becomes the ascension bar for the planet. That's the median energy that indicates the stature of our consciousness as a whole. And so divine feminines, all of this work that you are doing, divine masculines, all of this clarity you're achieving, when you embody those understandings, you emanate that into the whole, and you raise up the ascension of the planet just that way. And it does more than just be a pretty factoid that you are that energy and you are part of the averaging. It actually permeates and exponentially grows because it is truth. Because when you speak the truth of love, it resonates with people and it reminds, and it's very contagious. The light is more contagious than the dark now. If you notice, back 10 years ago, it was a different story. There was more pessimism. We are gaining for the light, more optimistic. There are more positive alignments. Pay attention to that. I'm being told to point that out. Watch for it around you in your daily lives as a proof. What are the masculines wishing for the connections? Oh, we got the wish card in the wish department again with the Five of Cups. We saw these two cards in the first bit of reading. So they're wishing to see the higher timelines and storylines revealed regarding whatever this recent karmic passage has been. Remember, it's like an onion. There are different layers of it. So sometimes we hear karma clearing and union. It's stages, it's layers. So there has been a theme. One of them has been this mother template, the individuation from the mother. That came through recently in a reading. And the reason the mother template is so, I think it's Freudian too, that we blame our mothers for everything. That's because we are born through our mothers. So the masculine has a very well established, they come by it naturally, taking the feminine for granted because of that incubation in utero. It's such an all-consuming energy for the masculine. It's almost godlike in proportion. And so until the masculine individuates from the gospel of the mother, there cannot be an authentic coming together with the new feminine. And so I see this grieving process here. Divine masculines are wishing to really clear everything that has come between this union. It does not mean that they're ready to come into relationship with the feminine. I just heard that the divine feminines all have some sort of a familiarity with the divine masculine's mother that they are consciously being aware of now. Some it has unnerving qualities. Some they are enamored because they have celebrated qualities in their mother, but it's the feminine. They see how they were imprinted by the mother and how that has benefited or come against the divine feminine and the connection. So as they heal the mother wound, there is this new freedom from it. We saw about 1.5 years ago that the divine counterparts were healing the mother and father wounds, and that was a major balancing of the polarities on the planet. This is more of a cycle of recognition of the healing, is what I'm feeling. So there's more water under the bridge. The masculines are seeing how they have been showing up differently in their 3D, is what I'm getting, based on having healed the mother templates. They're also now ready to see you in a ascended light, in that context that you're not so much like their mother anymore. They're seeing you as an individual in the ways that they subconsciously projected their mother onto you. Ooh. 10 of Swords, that's the rock bottom. So they're coming out of the deepest, darkest separation. It's like a rebirthing, literally like a rebirthing here, divine feminines, for your divine masculine, because they're being born again as adults away from their mother. You get it? And now they are becoming free to literally see you authentically, divine feminine. Love, innocence, and reverence. The heart is now awake. Exactly. So divine feminines, let go of all the trespasses of the past with your divine masculine, because they did not know what they did not know, and forgive them. They didn't know what they were doing in some regards. Vice versa, divine masculines, your divine feminines have not had it all figured out, no matter how headstrong, no matter how wise, no matter how channeled the information that they've shared with you has been. They're figuring it out too. It is a process, it's a journey. Okay, what can we see for the actions of the masculines at this time? Freeing their mind and coming out of anxiety. So they are clawing hand over hand to get out of all of this stuff, and it's a scramble right now. They're not being bound by it. So we literally got, we got the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords. I'm like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, truth, kaboom. It's happening pretty fast with those 3 cards, rewinding all of the misconceptions and bundling it all up in nothing but net in the garbage. That's what I just heard. So divine masculines are easily, once they see the root of the karmic feminine, the faulty logic regarding feminine energy, regarding your energy, divine feminine, it's just this easy. I'm seeing now that spiderweb card where everything is connected in love and light. I'm seeing the spider web of the 3D and the binding and the limited. I'm seeing that being gathered up and thrown, and the divine template being remaining. So divine feminine, the floodgates of emotion, the holding back, that is no more. So this is going to be your divine masculine sharing the things that once were harbored against the feminine. Oh, how tender. Does not mean it's going to be direct, because divine masculines will protect you. The divine will guide the divine masculines to protect you from accusations and ridicule. The divine masculines are going through a period of time where the falsehoods are coming to light, the error of their perception of the feminine, of feminine energy in general, the lack of forgiveness, the resentment, the hate, the covert misogynistic templates, the hate for the narcissistic and disintegrated toxic feminine. All of that is being seen, and the masculines are taking accountability for their own relationship to the feminine going forward, that does not tolerate or have room for the toxic or disintegrated feminine. And so energetically, you might feel cringe, you might feel some shaky energy at times, divine feminine, but it's like in the 5D, your divine masculine is admitting that there has been there's been animosity and resentment and resistance, and they have feared that you were a hypocrite, that you were playing tricks, that this love was a trick, that the divine was tricking them. And that is all being processed by the masculines right now, so that they don't harbor that in their hearts coming forward. Oof, that's an incredible message. What can we see in the union space? Joy, playfulness, and pleasure. They only want to have this goodness between you. They don't want to harbor any of these paranoid skepticisms I just heard. So well done, masculines. And so they're not going to put that on you, just as you have not heaped your fiery tongue on them, divine feminines. Your divine masculine is taking accountability for these falsehoods, and so you might feel that energetically. What is the biggest challenge for the masculines at this time? Keeping the heartache to themselves, processing it in their own right, not relying on others, not talking to others, being strong, being empowered, not being able to devote the time for focused healing right now. Keeping the shit together. Divine feminines, we get the Emperor for the feminine card here. So there is a stoic, empowered motion though. In an old energy, it would have been a coping skill and a default mechanism. The Emperor is truly becoming the king of all kings in the highest here, to become the divine masculine set on the throne rightfully. In thriving, not coping. So that's also why it takes so long, divine feminines, is because it's a perfect work. It's not a casual thing, and it's not a hypothetical. It's not, oh, just tell me what I want to hear and we'll work it out after. No, it's not that, divine feminines. It's legit. And we get divination, intuition, and inner vision. So divine masculines are going deep within the recesses of their heart to tell themselves they can overcome misconceptions and heartaches. And the Three of Swords are three thoughts. It's, you know, it's these three different storylines that pierce the heart and cause pain. And so it's our conduct, the way that we've misinterpreted situations, and what we've thought others have done. It's threefold that way. So the divine masculines are seeking inner vision to correct the storylines of the past regarding a new layer. And for many, I've heard that they've actually projected the shortcomings of their mothers onto you, divine feminine, almost like a cross to bear. I'm seeing literally a Christ image of you, feminine, on the cross, and that the what the masculine has put on you inadvertently on this journey, the suffering that you've had, divine feminine, the compassion you've had to hold in your heart to not be chosen, for the timing not to have been right, for the evidence of this journey to be shown to you, and yet the results elusive. So divine feminines, you are needing to go deep within for this inner vision. Divine masculines, you are going deep within. This is divination, turning to the divine for the, it's like a divine physician going in with the searchlight of the third eye, scanning the energetic bodies, the inner realms, for any of the lack of love type things. What is the solution? Being absolutely sure of the love here and not needing to talk about it. So much embodiment here. So when we feel like we're not capable of going through the fire or doing something, handling something on our own, when we want someone to come in and save us, when we feel like we're flailing, we're not in thriving. We're never given more than we can handle. And there are triumphant ways to spin any story to the light. When we come into, you know, the knowing, we don't need to prove, we don't need to shout anything from the rooftops. We've just embodied. I'm getting that sense, divine masculines, just embody this love. You are connected to your feminine. It's an unbreakable bond on the heart and soul level, and nothing is going to change that. And so, yeah, divine masculines, you are allowed to know that this is unconditional love, and no heartache can steal it away from you. Divine feminines, a little bit of a waiting period here. So travel lightly, learn the lessons from this journey, take the nuggets, take the ripe fruit, take the new seeds for the higher templates. Don't be in waiting energy. Pick up this pentacle and go forth. Go forth, divine feminines. So whatever you're being guided to focus on, it's something about finances, abundance, career, other relationships for some, being open to dating for some, moving for some, anything that you've been guided to do. And I am not preaching that people should do one particular thing or the other, but I'm talking about what is written on your heart space for your particular karmic path. What do you need to get activated on? Divine feminine, that's going to differ for all. And the connection space, linear sequencing, hierarchy, time and logic, and bliss, aspiration and realization. Follow your bliss. The path is laid straight before you, one foot in front of the other. It's evident now. So for the divine masculines, you have embodied this knowledge of the love, and nothing can change it. It's an immovable truth. And divine feminines, you have been empowered by the journey, and you're being asked to apply the wisdom of what you have learned towards your aspirations specifically. So as your divine masculine is coming into the full blown awareness of the love, you have never had more wind in your sails towards your bliss and aspirations. What is the direction of the connection? More wish card, more 9 of cups, coming out of the karma and now rising up above. Oh, that's the moon. Eclipse energy. So status quo until after the eclipse, and then the brand new lives, the sky's the limit stuff, the unbounded, the potentials are truly going to be coming in after the eclipse. What do we see for the feminine message? Reunion as well. So not only is there going to be a major energies of karma eclipsed out, but we're seeing the potentials for the reunions, the reconciliations to start coming in towards the fall and over this next period of 6 months as the eclipse energies work their magic. What can we see for the connection space? Path change, paradigm shifts, and adjustments. Yeah. 5 of Wands are in the reverse. Those are the old things being eclipsed out, the adjustments coming in, and this motion towards alignment in the physical. There are radical path changes. We saw the masculine energy, 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords, and the countdown to the truth. That's going to happen pretty quickly. It's like I see urge, other direction. Okay, what can we get in closing for the feminines? What is the message? Meditate on what unconditional love is, divine feminines. There are still more messages for you to come into neutrality and true unconditional love. If you still have any confusion, resentment, bitterness, if you're not in neutrality, ask the divine to show you why. If you're not at least neutral and above, even if you're very, very manic and ecstatic, ask yourself if that's necessary. Is that wishful thinking? Is that manic? Is it getting ahead of yourself? If it doesn't result in union, will you be emotionally harmed? Will you have hurt yourself with that? Balance your emotions out. And for the masculines, here's the sun energy. We already got that you're in that divine masculines. Here's the twin flame and psychic intuitive, following the obedience of what's written on your heart. It's just a matter of time now that you have seen. I just heard this summer is for the deepening, the conviction, the knowing, the consummation of the unions. So this is a time to go towards on all the energetic levels, go towards your feminine, and to be really embodying the unconditional love and what that means as well. So it's the integration of the intuitive living, the unconditional love, and divine feminines, it's the analytical. So heart space for the feminine or masculines, and conscious analytical space for the feminines. That's like the yin yang with masculine and feminine energy. Speaking of which, let's get a twin flame message. So one message from the masculines to the feminines: you showed me me, and I want you to be my wife. Take that how it resonates. And from the feminines to the masculines: I love you unconditionally. So yeah, feminines, unconditional love means non-attachment, no expectations. Mastery means absolute perfection in that regard. The divine is saying, mastery is not a requirement to come into union. While in physical form, you will not be completely masterful and remain in physical form. On this journey, you will level up together and reach new levels of mastery when you come into union. When you meet your twin, you have already reached a certain degree of mastery. When you come into more experiences of connection with your twin, those are always at pivotal times on the process of mastery. When you come into collaboration and teamwork with your twin and streamline, it's another degree of mastery. As you learn to coalesce and be exponential together, more mastery. So keep going, beautiful twins. It is a process. Trust it. Trust the journey. Trust the divine. And allow room in your heart for everything else. Many blessings. Bye for now.